Can we please give a warm welcome to the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland, Julian Smith.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan, and conference. It's a privilege and an honour to be here as Northern Ireland Secretary today. It's also a massive relief to be no longer the government's chief whip. Northern Ireland is a unique part of the United Kingdom with an important and difficult history that all of us are familiar with. Since being appointed Secretary of State 70 days ago, I've been travelling to all corners of Northern Ireland, meeting hundreds of people. And when talking to entrepreneurs, hospital staff, youth groups and volunteers, I've been struck by people's attitude, by their huge ambition and their commitment despite the absence of political decision-making from Stormont. Whether at Musgrave Park Hospital or Ashfield Boys School in Belfast, or at Derry City and Strabane District Council, people have not only been challenging, engaged and fair to me as their new Secretary of State, but there's a real entrepreneurial spirit and a desire for Northern Ireland to grow and to prosper. Just a few weeks ago, I saw this firsthand at an event organised by a new trade group. This trade group was formed a year ago by 3 business people: Glyn Roberts, who I think is in the hall today, Stephen Kelly and Colin Neal. It brought 350 business people from Northern Ireland to Westminster. It was Northern Ireland's largest ever business delegation to represent the region's growing and self-confident business community, to convey a clear message: Northern Ireland is open for business. As Susan has said, this message was heard very loudly yesterday when the energy company Infrastrata announced its acquisition of the iconic Belfast shipyard, Harland and Wolff. Throughout the summer, I've been working with the trades unions, Gavin Robinson, the local MP, the administrators and the workforce to save the yard from closure. Shipbuilding will now continue and thrive in Belfast thanks to a Conservative government. And this Conservative government is supporting the ambition of all people and all businesses across Northern Ireland by investing in the nation's growing economy through the biggest day-to-day funding settlement for Northern Ireland in a decade that the Chancellor announced in the spending review. This morning I announced that people and businesses of mid-south west Northern Ireland and Causeway Coast and Glens will benefit from 163 million of UK government funding, economic growth, job creation and investment in local projects. This means that every part of Northern Ireland now benefits from a growth deal funding as a result of this government's investment. Under this Conservative government, Northern Ireland's economy is growing, ambition is being encouraged and the entrepreneurial spirit is thriving. We've seen unemployment fall to a record low of 2.8% and employment in Northern Ireland is at a record high. And for this prosperity to continue, we must get Brexit done. I'm clear, I'm clear that the people of Northern Ireland, just like this government and this Prime Minister, want a deal. And I'll be doing everything I can in my role as Northern Ireland Secretary to help the Prime Minister secure a deal, to protect the Northern Ireland economy, to protect the Good Friday Agreement, and through that, to protect the hard-won peace process that was won by three decades ago by many, many dedicated politicians across Northern Ireland and in the UK. And in the context of Brexit, the challenge of restoring Stormont has become even more important. There has been no devolved government for over 1,000 days. Political decisions impacting citizens' lives left unmade. Vital actions relating to health and social services, education, agriculture not taken. We must now do all we can to invoke the spirit and trust of those who built the peace process and to listen to the hopes of the incredible young people that I've been meeting over the summer to ensure that we make the case for restoring Stormont. They will benefit from new jobs created in Northern Ireland as a result of this government's commitment to attracting investment, from the increased university funding committed to the new growth deals that I've just mentioned. But if Stormont was up and running, even more could be achieved. Apprenticeship and skills academies across the region, encouraging wealth creation and new jobs for school leavers and graduates, delivering on health and social services. The government stands ready to support all Northern Ireland political leaders in all of these aims, because above all, it is vital for those young people that I've been meeting that we deliver a prosperous future for the whole of Northern Ireland. A future delivered through the Union and by getting a good economy and security protecting Brexit deal and getting Stormont back up and running. And I'll be spending the coming days and weeks working with our Prime Minister to make both of these things happen.